We just had our first Airbnb booking ever, and it was a tough call. We had a great furnished finder lead, but in the end, it came down to timelines, priorities, and honestly, a gut feeling. Let me walk you through what happened, because if you're thinking about Airbnb or furnished finders or renting your place at all, this will give you the real landlord perspective. Check out my furnishing checklist below, which has everything you need to set up your Airbnb, as well as the very same welcome kit I use for my tenants. Hey, I'm Caitlin. On this channel, I show you my DIY projects and my experiences of being a landlord and renting out to midterm tenants in our basement apartment. And today I'm going to show you what it was like getting 2 tenant leads at the same time and how we decided between them and what I've learned now that we've booked our very first Airbnb tenant. Real quick, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if these are the types of videos you're interested in. Thanks. So here's what happened. We had one great lead on Furnished Finders, and at the same time, within 10 minutes, an Airbnb request. Both seemed like good tenants, but we had to make a decision quickly. In the end, we picked the Airbnb requester, and here's why. Their move-in date was about 7 weeks out, which gave us something we really wanted, a break between tenants. That extra time means we can install a new water heater, a new front door, and just enjoy the space for ourselves. That timing just fit perfectly with our family's priorities. So why not Furnished Finders this time? I actually felt really bad letting the Furnished Finder tenant down because she seemed really great, and I really hope she finds a nice place. You know, Furnished Finder has always been our go-to because you can vet people really well. You can call them directly, do a video chat, and then you can check their background and their credit, all before confirming a lease. Airbnb doesn't let you do that. They have strict deadlines and communication protocols. More on that later. It's not just about money though. It's about balance. Since this was our first time booking Airbnb, there were some surprises. For one, Airbnb requires all communication to stay on their platform. It kept blocking my phone number from being sent to the tenant. And it even blocked a message that talked about a WhatsApp call. At first I was frustrated because I'm used to being able to vet the tenant with video calls via Furnished Finder. But now I get it. It's about safety and making sure both sides are protected. And the other main difference is the pressure. Airbnb gives you 24 hours to make a decision. You have to accept or deny the booking request within 24 hours. So we had to decide fast, basically going off a few short messages in chat. With Furnished Finders, you get to think more, take longer, ask more questions, and set up a call before committing. The biggest shock? The payment process. I can't believe how easy the payments were on Airbnb. You just click accept, and they handle the rest. The money goes directly into your account in monthly installments, with the first payment happening 24 hours after the booking starts, or after the tenant checks in. Compare that to our experience with Furnished Finder. The process was way more hands-on. We'd do a video call, agree on terms, and then I would send a link for a credit check, draft up a lease, send it over, and then wait for the tenant to get back to me. But here's a pro tip. Always have the tenant sign first. The first time, we signed first and sent the lease over. And the lease just sat in limbo because the tenant took a while to get back to us. We couldn't move or talk to another tenant until we heard back from them. It was a very stressful waiting game. We'd collect our direct deposit at signing and then a first month's rent at move-in. So with Airbnb, you just get this incredible ease, but it comes at a cost. They take about 3%, which is about roughly 3 times the fees we paid for on Furnished Finder. The trade-off? They handle the background work, they verify identities, and you get their host guarantee insurance. While that's a nice layer of protection on top of things, we already have our homeowner's insurance policy. You are putting yourself at their mercy though. You know, Airbnb is the final judge and jury on any dispute. If the tenant complains, they have the power to issue a refund, and you just have to trust their judgment. That's a bit of a pill to swallow. So the good news was once I accepted Airbnb's request, I could actually talk to the tenant more freely. You know, we exchanged phone numbers and I offered her to come see the apartment in person. And I told her clearly that it's not a huge space. I have a young child upstairs who can make noise, even though we are extremely conscientious. I want to make sure it works for them as much as it does for us. So that's honestly my one rule as a landlord, is I don't want just a good tenant for my family. I want to make sure they're happy in their space, because if they're uncomfortable, it doesn't work for either side. The great thing about Airbnb is their cancellation policy. 100% refund up to 30 days before the stay starts. So there's flexibility on both sides if it doesn't fit. We've officially booked our first Airbnb tenant. It feels like the right match, not just because of timing, but because we want them to feel comfortable and happy here. In the next video, I'll show you the full basement apartment tour and share what we've done to make it a cozy, functional space. And if you've rented your space before on Airbnb, Furnished Finders, or somewhere else, let me know in the comments what your experience has been. And, if you're new to this, what's your biggest hesitation?